Hello, my name is Emily. Welcome back to my channel. I'm the Crazy Flippin' Mom, and today I'm excited to talk to you about merchant fulfilling during Q4. I think this is going to be a huge merchant year for Amazon sellers. I was one who this past 2 months was saying, I don't want to do as much merchant in November and December as I usually do. And then Amazon rolled out with this new notice, basically giving themselves a way out of processing our shipments at warehouses. I think this is going to put an enormous amount of pressure on people who have never fulfilled merchant to then think about fulfilling merchant during these 2 months because you can't get your items checked in on time. So as somebody who started merchant fulfilling, scaled on that, here are my best tips for you. A little bit about me and my history of merchant fulfillment. I actually started Amazon like 6-7 years ago, and I failed in a luxurious fashion. I even verbalized I said, I will never do Amazon again, recalled all of my product, my walk of shame, and I thought, I'm done. I'm not cut out for this. So if you are in that position today and you're feeling over Amazon, I've been there. I think that's part of every seller's journey, actually. So that's not unique to you. You didn't mess up so bad. I think everybody hits that place where you think, this is probably not for me. Hang on. So when I came back to Amazon, I started merchant fulfilling because, well, a couple of reasons. It offered me a lower risk way to sell stuff, and I had control over my product, so I could test products out to see what was selling, the sales velocity, etc., etc. Now, fast forward about a year, and it was my first Q4 that I was locked in and ready for. And in a 30-day period, we fulfilled $100,000 in gross sales fully from merchant fulfillment. That was an enormous effort that I wish to never repeat. I want to crush that number this year. Not on merchant fulfillment, I don't. It was a lot of work. For me and my husband, and even my kids who are around him will help us carry orders. It was a lot of work. So I've been in the deep end here when we're talking about fulfilling and putting together hundreds of orders every day. I think my biggest day on Amazon, and this isn't even including Walmart, we probably shipped out close to 500 orders in one day for my house. So when I'm giving you my tips, you know that it's coming from somebody who's done this on the deep end, and I'm giving you my honest take here. Let's get into it. You want to stick around because I am going to share my screen soon and show you the listing I'm looking for when I know this is it. This is a listing that I could go in and make hundreds of sales every day. I'm going to show you what that looks like because I like to say most of the stuff you pick up, you can sell at FBA, but that's not the case when it comes to merchant. Merchant is more a needle in a haystack. It has to be the right listing at the right time. Before I jump into looking at a listing and the numbers that I look at when I am looking at a listing to decide if I can merchant fulfill, I want to say this. You have to be prepared for this. This is not something, if you're going to go in like tiptoe in, okay, but if this year is going to be as big as I think it is, you really need to put in the prep work today. If you had to fulfill 400 orders today, do you have enough printer labels for that? Do you have the poly bags, the clear poly bags, the boxes, the bubble wrap that you can make that happen successfully? Because the big issue is if you were to actually make that amount of sales and then you couldn't get them out on time, you could get your account deactivated on Amazon because you're not getting your orders out or delivered on time. And they did just recently update their on-time delivery rate, and it is more important than ever to make sure that you are following their terms of service so you don't get your account deactivated. They have this nice feature in your shipping settings that if you feel like you need a break, you can go set your order capacity limit to a number, or what I tend to do is just set my account to vacation mode. So if I ever feel like we're hitting that number where I need to stop, make sure I get my orders out on time, and then we can start receiving more orders, I will turn my entire account to vacation. If you're new to Amazon, that when you set your account to vacation, it'll affect only your merchant side. The other note I want to make here is that in years past, it's usually Black Friday that I start seeing a huge increase in merchant orders come through. there's always this build up from back to school to Halloween that are definitely an increase. But when we are talking about into the deep end, into the unknown, that happens for Black Friday. Now, I am interested if this year goes crazy even sooner, because other sellers are not able to get their inventory in stock at a warehouse in time. So the pressure will be pushed to merchant fulfillment, third-party sellers. But in years past, usually Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, people are shopping. Then you have the following Monday, that's Cyber Monday, and it just goes wild from there. Okay, so a quick overview of what I'm gonna talk about today that really point me in the direction of this listing could make me a lot of money if I merchant fulfill it. Bestseller rank, competition. I also look at my fees and net numbers to make sure it will be profitable. And you would be surprised how many people are looking over this very, very important, crucial part. We're gonna look at the opportunity in a broader picture as far as vetting the listing and how popular the product is. And not just the opportunity on one single listing, but also the multi-packs and the multi-flavors that are involved. I am a grocery seller. I will say primarily groceries. That's what I prefer. My category I prefer to sell in. Confectionery, baking, I will sell anything profitable. Okay, Walmart clearance is happening, and when I say my tables are full of toys and makeup and the most random products, okay? But I prefer to sell grocery, and a lot of times you are selling multi-packs and multi-flavors. The nice thing about the merchant is if you sell a 2-pack, 3-pack, 4-pack, the shipping is usually very close, if not the same as shipping for a 1-pack. All right, we are gonna jump into it looking at this listing live, and I am gonna pull up SellerAmp. SellerAmp is just going to run on the side of your page here to give you an idea of the numbers. You see the estimated monthly sales, and we're going to walk through not only what SellerAmp is telling you, which is just a fantastic quick look at the listing, and it's going to gather everything in the listing. That's the important pieces of information that you need to know if you should buy or sell. But I also want to vet the listing live to give you an idea of exactly what I'm looking at to make sure it's the hot flip. So this is a 1-pack, and it looks like it is categorized correctly. It is not generic. It does not say some random misbranded. It is Brock's store. This is Brock's Candy. And the first thing I like to look at is to make sure the title is spelt correctly and it is very clear to sellers what they're getting. This is really an important, underrated part of vetting listings. Sometimes we're on our phone and we're scanning quickly, like, okay, I can sell it, let's go. And you're not making sure all of the parts are there and correct and are leading the customer to know exactly what they're getting. And really the only way you can do this is sitting at a computer and dissecting the listing. And remember, if you're new to Amazon, that you are responsible for the listing as soon as you add it to your catalog. It doesn't matter if you're the creator of the listing, if you work for Brock's, any of that. If you bought your product from Walmart, as soon as you add that listing to your catalog, you are responsible. And if there's an issue with the listing, Amazon will hold not just the creator of the listing responsible, but also you. The first thing we're going to make sure is that the overall listing is categorized correctly. And you can see here the bestseller rank, the BSR. This is a Christmas candy, and it is already just doing great. I mean, we're not even there yet. It is August, and it's crushing. Okay, one thing you may look over when you are deciding these products is the rank or the reviews. So I always check reviews to make sure the customers understand what they're getting. And if you see issues with the listing, you'll always see it in the reviews. The customers are unsure, was I getting a 2-pack, a 3-pack, a 12-ounce, a 10-ounce? Always check the reviews. The other thing I like to look at is my competition. Now, I can only really sell this well merchant if Amazon is out of stock and FBA sellers. They're going to get the Prime badge, get pushed into the buy box before me. So just making sure my competition is other sellers I can actually compete with in the buy box. So I always do a quick look at who's selling, how much product they have in stock, to make sure that when I add my stock, I am as competitive as possible. Let's check about this item. You know what's sneaky is that sometimes when you do click about this item, that's when you'll see the listing issues where it looks normal. And then about this item, that's where you'll see there's a sticker or something random involved in the listing. So just go look through each piece of the listing. So we have our quick info here with Seller Amp. And some of the things I look for is, am I eligible to sell this product? This is a great quick look at, can you, if you bought it today, can you actually list it? If you are a new seller, you might not be buy box eligible. So you might be able to sell it, but you wouldn't be able to win the buy box. If you're a new seller, maybe you have to get ungated in the brand. So before you buy, always make sure that you can actually sell the product. You see the BSR is 47,000. Estimated monthly sales right now are at 129 a month, which is great. And it shows you your max cost. So this right now, I would imagine at $13.99, I don't feel like you're going to be profitable at all at that price. I mean, maybe people are selling their stock from last year. They bought on clearance. That's what I would imagine is happening here. And if that's the case, they could have gotten their bags for like $1 or $2. But I know in store, what are these, about $4? So what I like to do is look at my bottom price. So if I'm going to FBA it, that is one thing. But if I'm going to merchant fulfill, you also have to keep in mind you're covering shipping costs. So right now it looks like at the $13.98 price, you are going to be sitting at 117% ROI. And remember, in grocery, if you are under $15, you're only paying 8% in fees, as compared to over $15, you're paying 15% in fees. Did I say that right? Okay, let's scoot down here and we're going to look at the ranks and ratings over a 30-day period. I would imagine, because this is a seasonal product, that over summer, people may have not been in stock. Seasonal products, you might see a slowdown happen, which means the rank will be higher. It's just because people are not necessarily thinking of Christmas nougats in the 110-degree heat of summer. You also can see what the average lowest price has been at, and lowest merchant price. I love this. It gives you an estimated time to sale. Let's check the alerts. The alerts category is important to know that, is this hazmat? If you are unfamiliar with the hazmat FBA program, you have to be accepted into that program. So hazmat is treated different than just your regular grocery product, and you need to be accepted to send it into a warehouse. If you are not, you can still fulfill that product merchant. So it looks like Amazon is never on the listing. Private label is unlikely. No known IP issues. And this is interesting. It's not classified as a meltable product, because it definitely is a meltable product. And let's go to the charts. I think the most important thing I look at is the charts, the sellers over time. And we know that this is a product people love during the holidays. So there's going to be the demand there. Now, if you're looking for a replenishable product, more of an everyday product, you definitely want to check out the charts to make sure that you can compete, that you don't have somebody wholesale who has an unlimited amount of supply there, that you don't see like one day there's 30 sellers and the next day there's no sellers. That could be a potential IP issue there, where the brand is stepping in and kicking every other third-party seller off the listing, which happens. And I keep saying, okay, if you're a new seller to Amazon, even if you're an old seller to Amazon, I should just stop saying that. Just because Amazon gives you approval to sell something on Amazon does not mean you have brand approval. And those are two different things. Amazon, you can get ungated and Amazon gives you approval to sell a product, but the brand can always step in and decide, we do not want third-party sellers on the listing. We also see our profit calculator here, and this is where we can decide we're going to switch it to merchant or FBA, and then you'll be able to see the breakdown. What I like to do is forecast sales on a listing and understand what my bottom price would be. If you're using a repricer, you probably already are doing something like this. If not, what I like to do is add a line item to the information you're gathering on the SKU and put, I have to sell it at this price minimum to continue to make money. So when you get in that FOMO of repricing and trying to sell, you still know that you need to sell it at this price to still be profitable and still make sense. Love that it shows you FBA here. Look at this, your break-even sale price. So it just gives you that information for you. So when you are gathering information on the SKU, open an Excel spreadsheet, put this ASIN in there, and then make notes. How much did you buy it for? How much do you have to sell it for? How much inventory do you have? You can also add your quantity, and that's nice to see if you sold all of your product for the price you were hoping to sell it at. How much profit will you make? Don't we love that? We love to see it. Okay, you can include discounts if you're going to set up any deals like buy one, get one, 50% off, coupon codes. You can add that and include that in there, which I typically do not do. I am selling products that there's already a demand for, so I usually do not have to worry about running deals, only on product that maybe has been sitting a while and I need to move it. You're going to be able to see other sellers here. There's only 4 other sellers. It shows you quickly that they're all merchant. Love that. I also like that it shows you their price here, how much they're making, but I mean, obviously you don't know how much they paid for their product. Other thing I want to look at is, because we are talking merchant, there are so many times when, yes, this listing is moving, but it's also moving in the 2-pack and 3-pack and 4-pack, and you will really see this in the grocery category, candy, confectionery. If you're new to Amazon, this is really something to look out for, because again, your price for a shipping label is going to be close to the same for this 1-pack as it is going to be for the 2-pack, and you see this 1-pack is 10 ounces. Probably going to go in a poly bag, a bubble mailer. So what are you looking at? Maybe 14 ounces. So simple math here, if you're going to be selling 2 or 3 packs, you're definitely going to be over a pound, sometimes closer to 2 pounds. At that point, this is probably going to go in a box. And it's surprising with USPS Ground Advantage how much the shipping label doesn't change. So that's really important. You'll find a 1-pack of a listing that's not profitable at all, but it is if you get in the 2-pack, 3-pack. So keep that in mind. Let's look at something like that. So this is a completely different product, but this is a great picture. So our last bag was 10 ounces. Keep that in mind, because sometimes the new bags, New Year's, they come out with different ounce sizes. And the worst thing is when you sell a bunch, merchant, you find a good flip in the store and you're like, oh, let me list these real quick and get them moving, and you realize you bought a 9-ounce bag for an 11-ounce listing. Make sure you keep in mind. So this is going to be 11 ounces, pack of 2, $27. What a fantastic price already. Let's see what the demand is. Our best seller rank, we are at BSR 52,107 monthly sales. I would imagine our cost for this, let's just do $9 right now. So if we were to able to find this in stores when we are able to, you will see that your return, your profit on every sale is about $10. Love that. Now keep in mind, as this product becomes more available and we come closer to Christmas, the demand will go up, sellers will go up, which means the price will probably start dropping. Now, as demand rises and product drops, that's usually where there's a huge merchant opportunity, because you see not everybody can go find it and flip it anymore, and it becomes a lot more lucrative. But again, before you jump on this listing, check it out. Do your due diligence. You do not want to lose your account over a little mistake of it being misbranded, it being generic. You can see, let's scroll down real quick. Again, it's in the grocery and gourmet food category. Love to see it categorized correctly. You can check the reviews to see what are people saying. Are they aware of what they're getting? Okay, I secretly, like, this is my favorite Christmas candy. It's not a secret anymore. You know, I would love to hear, post below, what is your favorite Christmas candy? This is a product I sell during the holidays, and I usually keep some bags for me. Estimated time to sale, here you can see. Then you can look at your eligibility. Hazmat, of course, no, this is not a dangerous good. Amazon is not on the listing. Now, some listings, especially like the 1-packs, you will see Amazon is on the listing, and that's where it'll be even more important that you go to the Keep It charts and see how often they are on the listing. Are they sharing the buy box with other sellers? And it'll even give you a breakdown and say Amazon is in on the listing in the buy box like 70% of the time, so you know if there's an opportunity for you to make the sale. This is not categorized in the multiple category, which is interesting. No known IP issues. I'm also interested if you have gotten any IP emails from Brock's. Here is your breakdown in fees, your break-even price. They make it so easy. Like, if this is difficult to remember, which it will be if you're researching thousands of products a week, you just need to grab this information, copy and paste it somewhere you can easily go back and see it. You see one FBA seller dominating. They have only 674 in stock. I think this is kind of underrated as well, this section on Amazon that will show you if people are looking for this product, they're probably looking for these other products. I didn't even add this, but you can add product from Seller Amp. There's so many little features here that make it so easy to I like this one. I think I like this one the best. This is where I start getting distracted with myself. Okay, can you guys tell me what view is your favorite too? I'm just gonna roll through the charts real quick and see, like in July, this was selling at $27.99. Monthly sold 100. You can see that on the middle box. Wow. This product really holds its value. I really encourage you, before you go purchase products to sell, merchant or FBA, you do this process of looking at the listing on a desktop and breaking down the numbers, making a plan. If you do purchase, how much you can purchase, how much can you afford to purchase, what the time of the investment will be until you actually see a return on it again. Because I think during the season we can overextend ourselves financially, and it's expensive. It's expensive to sell, but also you're gonna need money to buy Christmas gifts. Like, this is your reminder. I love that Seller Amp has an app on your phone as well. So if you're looking at the clearance products right now, you can do all of this research from your phone. At least look at your BSR. How many times does it sell per month? Connect it to your Amazon account and make sure you can actually sell it. It'll give you, remember, those heads up if there is a known IP issue with the brand, or Amazon is usually in the buy box, so you know that it might not be a good investment to make. Thank you for following along. I hope you have the most successful Q4 this year. I am excited to see how well you do with merchant. Listen, it is chaos, but it is worth it. I will be back to talk about more customer service and the other side of merchant fulfillment, which is dealing with cranky customers. So prepare yourself. I have a link for Seller Amp below. Download it on your desktop and phone today, and it is your reseller friend. Don't go anywhere without it. Bye.